Hey guys, so I want to get on here and talk about Ye. On to some Ye news. Ye says he has a new album dropping. He wants to call out the censorship and call out the hypocrisy from Billboard and other data streaming people that collect the information about how many albums were sold and situations like that. So basically what he's saying is he's trying to calculate how much would it take to buy your album and get the #1 album, because he feels like a lot of his numbers aren't being counted and they're putting out fake numbers for his projects. So now one of these things which I believe could be true is that when they documented Ye's album release, they documented that it sold like 13,000 records or 17,000 records, and Ye said alone, just through his platform alone, he sold 30,000 records. So I do believe that these numbers aren't correct, but you have to understand that these numbers aren't correct because you have to sign up with Billboard. Billboard has to say, okay, we have to view how you get these numbers. So how are you counting your sales? So one way that you can count sales is through say you're selling the album through PayPal, and then you're getting all the sales through PayPal for this one particular project, and it has a code for it. So then you would sell 15,000 records, and you would report that to Billboard, and you send them the proof of those sales. You send it to them in a file, and because they have already reviewed your process and they see, okay, this is a legit way that we can track that you made these actual sales, then they'll count those as sales, and then they'll put that towards the total for the week, because there's multiple companies reporting sales for your project. So with Kanye's situation, the sales for a project that he makes on his own aren't going to be counted if he already doesn't have a situation set up with Billboard and with the people that count the records. So that's what's going on there. Now, the reason why I push independence and I push selling your project first before you put into streaming is you have to have your music streamed 1,000 times to get a sale. That is insane. So 1,000 people get to listen to it before it counts as one sale. But if you sell it and people purchase it because they're your fans, you get 15,000 fans to buy it at $10 a pop. That's $15,000. So if you get 15,000 fans to buy it at $10, it's $15,000. So that's something that everyone should consider when they're selling a project. I feel like they should all consider selling their project, selling it first, and releasing it like a movie, where it has a theatrical release date, it has a theatrical release, and you push it out when you push that sale for a certain amount of time, and then you put it in streaming. The reason why these big corporations want it in streaming is because they make money off the monthly subscription. They get to bundle Spotify with the podcast situation, with Spotify books, with all of that. They bundle that up, and then they undercut you with your streaming, with your money, with what they have to pay you. You don't get paid what you should because they bundle it in there. Or they can always claim that you have fraudulent streams on a certain amount of streams and not pay you what you should be paid. Now that can't happen if you sell your if you sell your content first. You sell your content to your core fan base, and then the stream is just icing on the cake, and it's just something for people to keep listening to your project. Because I mean, we have to admit it, streaming is not going anywhere. Streaming is not going anywhere. They're pushing for sales to not be available, or you be able to sell anything anymore. That's definitely they're trying to make that go away, but it is a hard thing to do. So right now, because streaming relies heavily on internet and Wi-Fi, it's not taking off as it should in third world countries, because of course the internet is spotty. The internet situation is not going to be the best that it could in a third world country. The power goes out, and their Wi-Fi in rural areas, they don't have any. So they would have to subscribe, or they have to buy a project, and then they can, when they're home where there's no Wi-Fi, they can keep playing that project, keep playing that music. So they can't cut it off completely over there. They're doing their hardest to make it happen over here. They're making it really hard to be able to sell things. If you want to sell a digital album right now, it's hard. So I think the best thing to do is to go direct to consumer, sell the project first, and then rent it. But let's get back to Kanye. That was my rant about selling music. This is my rant for all content creators and for all musicians to appreciate your content and to value your content and make money off your content so that you can provide more content. If you're not getting paid off of it, you can't make any more. Now, let's talk about Ye. So Ye has his project. He says if he sells 10 million records and he sells at $10, it's gonna be like $1 billion or something to buy it, right? It's gonna be like 100 million, I believe they said, 100 million. So he was trying to do the math to see, because right now to be number one is not too hard because people aren't selling. If he releases a project and he claims and he states that he's gonna buy it multiple times, or set something up where he's gonna document the sales the correct way and get paid. I mean, sorry, not get paid, and document the right numbers. He wants the number one album. I don't feel like he's gonna push to sell 1 million records because nobody's doing 1 million records on the first week. So if you want to hear his album, you can go on X. It's been removed from a lot of streaming platforms, but Twitter still posts it up there. X still has it up there, which is Twitter. You can go up there and you can look up Ye and you can hear his music over there. And they have a lot of people sharing the files where you can get the album, you could listen to it. And that's also an option if you want to hear Ye album. So yeah, put in the comments how many are you buying Kanye's album. Are you tired of all these antics? You're just not paying attention to him anymore. I still have a soft spot for Kanye. I'm still listening to Ye from time to time, but listen to him more now that I've been getting more into X and checking out his music and seeing the situation. I don't know, it's kind of motivated me to, hey, let me go listen to it to see if he's any good, to see what's going on. And it wasn't too bad. A lot of songs, as you know, got pulled. If you watch our last video, got pulled because there were some producers that sued saying they were never compensated for the beats on the songs. And now Ye has tweaked that and removed some of those tracks, and I think now everything, the ones that he wanted removed, that he switched some stuff up, and now the album's up there. So write in the comments and let me know if you're gonna subscribe. If you're gonna follow Ye on X and you're gonna listen to his project. But as I brought up subscribing. Please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers soon. We have some shows coming out. We have some other stuff coming out on the platform, on the Nario platform, and here on Fats Media channel. We have a boxing event that we're going to put up. We have a wrestling event that we're going to put up. We have a rap cipher that we're going to put up. We have a cooking show that we're going to put up. We have so many shows that are in line to come up very, very soon. But we got to get these followers up. We got to get these views up. So like, comment, and subscribe, and share the content. And check out Nario. There's some posts there on the social feed on Nario if you want to see what the boxing event is going to be about. All right, thanks for watching.